Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the latest episode of Kiande's Music Review. Of course, I'm your host, Kiande, and as always, I'm excited to share this time with you. Today we have something special that I love to give to you, and it is 10 more of my favorite albums, my all-time favorite albums. Again, not my top 10 favorite albums, but 10 of my favorite albums. So that's what I have for you today. So if you enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and please subscribe. I truly appreciate you. So, you guys ready to get it started? I'm ready. So, I have some music in the background. I have my wonderful sweet tea as always. And I have you beautiful people to share this time with. So, let's get it started. So, I'm just going to say this. We are experiencing some challenging times worldwide. And I just want you to know that I am praying and standing with us, and I know we're going to make it through. But as we go through this, know that there's music. There's music there to soothe your soul and to take you to another place. So that's what I'm going to be offering to you. As I offer 10 of my favorite albums, hopefully you'll find something that you can revisit or something that is new to you that you can love and enjoy from here on in. So you guys ready to jump into it? All right, let's talk about the first album that we have. The first album is by Miss Jill Scott and her album Beautifully Human, Words and Sounds, Volume 2. This was released August 2004 on the Hidden Beach label, and it is neo soul at its best. You know, I used to have a kind of a on and off relationship with that term, but basically it just meant new music for the modern times, and I came to embrace it. And Miss Jill Scott was one of the artists who was at the forefront of the neo soul movement. So this is my favorite album by her. It's her second studio album, and I call it her finest hour. Her voice was never more clear and convincing. It was just a great project. The gold-selling album had the singles "Golden," "Living My Life Like It's Golden." You guys remember that, of course, and "Cross My Mind." But there's some other songs on there that were just as amazing, such as "Better at Home," "Family Reunion," great song, and "My Petition," that was so poignant at the time of its release. Jill served as one of the executive producers on the project and co-writer of all the songs. So she was there, she was doing it, and she delivered a great project. So Jill Scott, Beautifully Human, Words and Sounds, Volume 2. Awesome release. All right, let's move on to the next. Let's see. My mic sound nice, check 1. My mic sound nice, check 2. You guys know who that is. And that is Salt and Pepper. I had to pull out my vinyl because my CD was packed away somewhere. But this is it. Salt and Pepper, hot, cool, and vicious. Absolutely, yes. This is the first album by any female MC to go gold or platinum. It was released December 1986 on the Next Plateau label. It was produced by the group founder Herbie Azor, aka Herbie Lovebug, and this album just changed the game for not only female MCs, but MCs across the board. They came and they took it to another level. I love this album. The songs include "My Mic Sounds Nice," yes. "Tramp," you guys know that. "I'll Take Your Man," I know you guys know that. "The Showstopper," which is a song that was recorded when they were known as Supernature, and "Push It." The world knows "Push It." Interesting enough, a lot of people don't realize that the first pressing of the album did not include the song "Push It." "Push It" was a B-side. And after it became a hit, the second pressing of the album included "Push It," as well as alternate versions of "Tramp" and "Chick on the Side." So that's an interesting note about Hot, Cool, and Vicious. But they would go on to become superstars and change the game for female rappers, and it's still a classic moment. So Salt and Pepper, Hot, Cool, and Vicious. All right, let's move on. The next album I have is the man himself, Mr. Michael Franks, and his album, The Art of Tea. You guys see that? This is the second solo release and the breakout album from the songwriter and vocalist. And I love Michael Franks. He is so consistent in his music, His music is very identifiable. You know it when you hear it. You know his sound. You know his voice. You know his music. His lyrics are so wonderful lyricist because he was an English teacher as well, so that helps him in his lyricism. But this album, The Art of Tea, it was released in 1975 on the Reprise label. It was produced by Tommy LaPuma. The music was laid back, pop, jazz. His voice, his voice is always just above a whisper. He never presses it, he never pushes it, and that's his distinguishable sound. The songs were Eggplant, that's a favorite of many. Monkey See, Monkey Do, and Popsicle Toes. Yes, still a favorite of mine. And the musicianship throughout the album was top notch. It included Joe Sample, David Sanborn, Wilton Felder, and Larry Carlton, plus a lot more. But The Art of Tea, Michael Franks, absolutely yes. All right, so let's move on to the next. Who do we have? We have a titan of gospel, and that is Walter Hawkins with his album I Feel Like Singing. Yes. This is the second official solo release from the singer, songwriter, producer, and arranger. The gospel community adores and loves Walter Hawkins, the entire family. But this particular album is one of my favorites. It was released 1982 on Light Records. It's contemporary gospel that's beautiful and anointed. It features the songs Do Your Best, Sinner Man, Coming Home, and of course the title track, I Feel Like Singing. All wonderful, wonderful songs. But it is a family and friends affair throughout this project because it features the incomparable Daryl Coley, the beautiful Tremaine Hawkins, his sister Lynette Hawkins, and Miss Shirley Miller, all providing vocals on the album. So that just, you're ensured to have a wonderful time listening to this project. So check this out if you don't have it. Add it to your collection. Walter Hawkins, I Feel Like Singing. All right, let's move on to the next. The next is an album by a singer-songwriter that some may know, some may not know, and that is Shrek and his self-titled album. You guys see this? Yes. Shrek. This was released in 1987 on Warner Brothers Records. It was his only album release. There were no other albums after this. Unfortunately, he battled a drug addiction that prevented him from focusing on his career, and some years later, he died under mysterious circumstances. So this is all we have as far as album-wise for Shrek. But the album is danceable R&B and tender ballads. The hit song is a song called Just Call, which became a DJ favorite. I still hear it in some DJ sets, and it's a very danceable, very catchy song called Just Call. But there's some other songs on the album like Tell Me What It Is, All Because of You, and his beautiful, beautiful take on Baby I'm For Real, which was originally done by the Originals. But his voice is smooth, his voice is controlled, and it's powerful throughout the entire album. I wish we had more from him, but unfortunately it didn't work out that way. But if you don't have that in your collection, check that out. Self-titled album, Shrek. All right. You guys still with me? Ready to move forward? All right. So, oh my goodness, this next project we have is by Detroit diva, and that is Miss Alicia Myers and her album, Alicia. Yes, I really love this album. It's her debut solo album after leaving the group One Way. She, had some time with them, then she went solo. It was released in 1981 on MCA, and it was produced by Kevin McCord. Alicia had one of the most amazing voices ever. Just a pure instrument, and she just sang from the heart. If you're not familiar with Alicia Myers and her voice, just imagine a combination of Shaka Khan, Anita Baker, and Gladys Knight, just all wrapped into one in her delivery. But she definitely has her own style and her own sound. The songs included the radio-friendly Don't Stop What You're Doing, which got a lot of rotation, Reservation for One, and the classic "I Want to Thank You," which has been sampled and remade so many times. And of course, you know Alicia Myers' "I Want to Thank You." But my favorite, my absolute hands down favorite on this project is a song called "If You Play Your Cards Right." That takes me out every time I hear it. The song has been covered by so many people, everyone from Brownstone to Selena Johnson, but no one, I mean, no one can sing it like Miss Alicia Myers. But this is my favorite album from her. She went on to record several more and a couple more hits, but this one right here, Alicia, that's the one. All right. So you ready to move on? All right. So the next one we have is by a musical great, and that is Peabo Bryson and his album Crosswinds. Yes. Crosswinds was released 1978 on Capitol Records. It's his third album and my favorite in his collection. The top five album included two of his signature songs, which were Crosswinds and I'm So Into You. You know, if you go to a Peabo Bryson concert, you're going to hear those two songs. But there's some other songs that are just as great, like Smile, She's a Woman, and Spread Your Wings. His voice was so compelling during this time in his career. You could feel every emotion that he delivered, and his voice was so pure, so clear, so crisp, so powerful. He was just an undeniable force in the music industry. It was produced by Peabo, and it included Patrice Rushen on synthesizers and Claire Fisher arranging the strings, so that makes for a wonderful, wonderful project. So Crosswinds, Peabo Bryson, add it to your collection now. All right? All right, so let's move on. All right, we have someone who I truly, truly adore, and that is the self-titled release from jazz vocalist Dianne Reeves. Yes, I love Miss Dianne Reeves. This is her third solo album, and it was released on Blue Note Records, and it was produced by her cousin, Mr. George Duke. Can't go wrong with that. The album was propelled to the #1 spot on the jazz charts by a single that we know, that we love, and that is the R&B inspired single Better Days. Most people know it as the Grandma song. It helped the album go to the R&B charts as well, which set her career up and made her nationally known. There's some other songs that were truly, truly amazing. She had some standards like Yesterdays and That's All, and a vocal version of the jazz fusion group Caldera and their song Sky Island. She put lyrics to that, which elevated the song to another level. With this album, she proved to be a premier jazz vocalist and continued to go on and make incredible, incredible music. So, Dianne Reeves, check it out. At it. All right. So, we're going to move on to someone that I absolutely adore. He is a legend. He is an icon. He is a great. He is everything. And that is Al Jarreau and his album Glow. Can I see that? Glow. All right. This is his second official release. He had done some independent stuff before the first one, but this is his second official release. You know, it's pop, R&B, it's jazz, it's all those things. It was released in 1976 on the Reprise label and featured the songs Rainbow in Your Eyes. That's one that it's hard to move past because that's one of my favorite songs from Al Jarreau. But it also included Agua de Beber, a version of Sly Stone's Somebody's Watching You, a recalling of James Taylor's Fire and Rain, and an incredible, incredible rendition of Elton John's Your Song. No slight to Elton John, but when I want to hear Your Song, I go to Al Jarreau. All right? But it was produced by Tommy LaPuma and Al Schmidt. And the awesome, amazing, gifted musicians like Joe Sample, Larry Coltrane, and Ralph McDonald, who added their brilliance to the mix. It is definitely one of Al's many, many musical highlights. Of course, he would go on to record so many amazing projects, and this is definitely one of them. So Al Jarreau, Glow. You got it? All right. My God, this time went by fast. I'm down to the last album. Did I do 10 already? Gosh, okay, maybe I should do 20. Nah, stick with 10. So the last one we have is an international artist. They're known for many things. And this is the second album released by the band or solo artist, depending on who you're talking to, because they are both. And that is Sade with the album Promise. Promise was released November 1985 on the Epic label. It's R&B, jazz, and pop. Sade was in her own lane. The music was crafted to fit her smoky and beautifully fragile voice. It was haunting, sophisticated, and seductive. This album right here just blew me away when I first heard it. When I first heard Sweetest Taboo, which was the first single release, I was blown away. I was already a fan, but this elevated my love for her / them to another level. But the singles were The Sweetest Taboo, Is It a Crime, and Never As Good as the First Time. But my favorite songs, my two favorite songs, I should say two of my favorite songs were Maureen and Jezebel. Those two right there took me out. You know, the storytelling on this album, the lyricism is so awesome. It's so imaginative, and I love a good story. And Sade's music always was great when it came to that. But this is just one of their / her brilliant moments. They would record so many more great albums and have some great success in what they offered. So Sade, Promise. I know you have it. I don't even have to tell you to get it. All right. So that time went by so fast. I went through those 10 albums quickly. It seemed like it was only a few, like I had so much more to offer you. And I do have so much more to offer you. Again, periodically, I will be offering these videos to you. Please, in the comments, leave some of your favorite albums that you have loved, that have gotten you through, that have stuck with you throughout the years. I'd love to hear what they are. And if you like some of these, talk about it, all right? So that's what I have for you. That's it. 10 of my favorite albums. So, of course, I'm going to continue, play this music, drink my sweet tea, and have a good time. So, again, if you enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And, you know, it's all about music. It's all about love. But until we meet again, you guys take care. You guys be safe. And I will see you soon. Peace.